Do I trust love? No. I mean, I don't. And the reason why I say I don't trust love is because for me at the moment, love is a dirty word. It's also hurtful. Y- You know, kudos to the ones that can find love, that can embrace it. But at the end of the day, there are other people, other men and women out there who can't find love the way they want to. And sometimes it's hard for people to accept the fact that maybe the love that they are like discovering right now isn't the love that they need. Maybe it isn't the love that belongs with them. It's a one in a million chance that you end up with someone who relates, someone who understands. But you know, to the ones that can find that, that's great, perfect. And to the ones that can't, you will get there someday. And I know I will. I dream about it every day. Sometimes we need to tell the difference between fake love and real love. And if we can't, time and time again, we will just end up broken. I love it when it's sunny out. But if there's another person who loved sunny days, was my grandmother. October 6, 2021. My world was gonna change forever. I came home on a Wednesday, and my mom was out seeing a friend. But when she came home, she had some news to tell me. News that little did I know was gonna destroy me. She said, "Damon, I'm sorry, but your grandma Lisa passed away." And I just remember breaking down, not being able to breathe. I haven't been the same since. I didn't know her death was gonna come. Never knew. I mean, I knew she was always sick. Every time I called her, because every time I called, something was wrong. Oh, I've had a lot of back pain, or I just went to the doctors. Or sometimes she would have to leave the call early to head out to a doctor's appointment. And I was just, part of me was concerned, but another part of me was like, oh yeah, she's okay. She's getting older. Things like this are gonna happen. But I never knew she was sick. For real. Like she was legitimately sick. And she hid it from us because she didn't want to hurt anybody. She didn't want to worry anybody, especially me. I was always her number one. her reason to keep going. But little did I know at 14 years old, I was going to lose a big part of my life. I pushed everybody away. I didn't talk to nobody. I absolutely refused to socialize. But after her passing, at just 14 years old, I started doing things I regret. I started joining the wrong friend groups. I started to vape, drink, and I changed as a person completely. I really did. You know, when I started doing all those things, I thought it was so cool. You know, I thought I was the coolest kid in the world because I was vaping, blowing smoke out of my mouth, killing my lungs, not taking into consideration what this is doing to my family. The drinking, coming home almost drunk because I was out doing stupid stuff with my friends, getting kicked out of stores, getting yelled at by people in the street because we were acting stupid. Shit, yeah, I even became what I hated the most, a bully. A kid who picks on others for their, like, you know, facial deformities or for their problems. I was a little and that's tough to admit. You know, if there was one thing my grandma loved the most, was frogs. And she even loved hobbies. And she found an interest in painting rocks. This is something I will never forget. Something that she made for me. She took notes. She understood what I liked, what my interests were. And she even knew I was in the superheroes. At the time I was into DC, especially Superman. Superman was one of my favorite DC superheroes of all time. And then after that it was Batman. But during my huge Superman phase, she made this, and it just it's kind of like old, but if you can't tell, that's the Superman logo. When I got this, I cried because, like, you know, I loved it a lot, and I kept it with me ever since. And after a while it got old, but no matter what, this will always, and I mean always, be with me. And sometimes it hurts. It hurts to know that, like, wow, this was the last thing she ever gave to me. Not knowing that was the last time I was ever gonna see her. What really hurts me the most is I never even got to say goodbye. You know, because I never got the chance to call her, you know, because number one, I didn't have a phone. And, you know, my mom was always so busy with work, and I never got the chance to call her. And if I would have known that she was gonna go, then I would have called her one last time to tell her goodbye. Because that's gonna fuck anybody up. It really is. Sure as hell fucked me up. I don't want to suffer that again. I really don't. Little did I know that at 14 years old, the suffering was only gonna begin. It was only the beginning. That's what hurts me the most. Because I know if my grandma was still here today, we would be having the longest conversation ever. Just, I can envision it right now. Her talking to me about the mistakes that I've made. The things that I've done. Asking me what am I gonna do to fix it. And you know, my mom, she started to blame herself because I couldn't say goodbye. I never got to say goodbye because she couldn't make that one last phone call. And I just want my mother to know that you don't need to blame yourself. You don't need to blame yourself. Nobody is to blame. I love my mom. She's the whole reason I'm thriving. Despite all the shit that I've done, she still continues to stay by my side and love me. Be there for me. Understand me. Listen to me. Because growing up, I never had a father until she brought my stepdad into my life. Yeah, my father was never there. He was in and out of prison because he couldn't stay clean. And that's still the case today. It is still the case today. And I also know if Grandma was still here, then she would be having a long talk with him too. Longer than the conversation I know she would have had with me. I don't hate my father, but I don't want to see him. I don't want to hear from him. I regret some of the things I said in the past. But if he were here today, I would have told him, Dad, if you can't be here for me, then what makes you think I'm gonna let you into my life in the future when I'm happily married, when I have kids? What makes you think I'm gonna let them into your life or let you into theirs? I will not have them exposed to the same thing that I was exposed to. An absent father. But at least I had somebody there. For a while, my mom played both roles until she met my wonderful stepdad, Julio. Yeah, he's a hard ass, but you know what? He taught me more than anything. He's he's taught me a lot. Taught me how to ride a bike. Taught me how to fight. Told me to stand up for myself whenever. Told me that, you know, one of these days you're gonna be the man of the family when I'm not here. And I hope to prove that to him still. Because yeah, there was some stuff that I did. Stuff that I'm not going to address. But the stuff that I did hurt my family deeply. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Because my father has made those mistakes more than once. In a way, I forgive my father, but in a way, I don't. Because if he's not gonna be there, then I got somebody else to play that role. Somebody else who I know will teach my future kids responsibility when I'm not there. There are two things in this world that I can't stand. And one of them is an absent father. And the second one, well, I guess you're gonna have to find out later on down the story. Because during this, I'm going to prove to you how much a 17-year-old could go through from the start when he was born to today. It's gonna be a long one, but I promise you, stick for the end, it will be worth it. Because I got some advice for the ones who are going through the same thing that I am, or that I was. I mean, I can't say I'm not gonna cover another obstacle. I probably will, but that's what life's all about. Obstacles and overcoming them. My name is Damon Lee Jensen, and this is Broken but Not Destroyed.